What if I told you that in just 6 months, you could build the kind of discipline that doesn't buckle under pressure? The kind that stays strong no matter what life throws at you. The ancient Stoics didn't rely on motivation or willpower. They had a system, a daily practice that forged unshakable self-control. And the best part? You can do it too. Imagine waking up every day with a mind so focused, so resilient, that distractions don't derail you, temptations don't sway you, and setbacks don't break you. That's what happens when you train like a Stoic. For the next 6 months, I'm going to give you a challenge, one small daily action at a time. This isn't about extreme measures or punishing routines. It's about consistency, about showing up even when you don't feel like it. Because discipline isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, brick by brick, day by day. The Stoics knew this. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal every morning, no matter how busy he was. Seneca practiced poverty on purpose, even though he was rich, just to remind himself that he didn't need luxury to be strong. Your first month will be about mastering the morning. Wake up at the same time, no excuses. Spend the first 10 minutes writing down what you're grateful for. Simple, right? But this small habit sets the tone for the entire day. Month 2, you'll introduce discomfort. Cold showers, skipping that extra snack, walking instead of driving. Why? Because comfort is the enemy of discipline. Month 3, you'll focus on the one-task rule. Pick the most important thing and finish it before anything else. No distractions, no procrastination. By month 4, you'll cut out digital noise. No phone for the first hour of the day. Your mind needs clarity, not clutter. Month 5, you'll seek out voluntary hardship. Carry the heavier bag. Take the stairs. Do the extra rep. And in the final month, you'll end each day with a Stoic review. Did I act with courage today? Did I stay focused? Where can I improve? No guilt, just growth. 6 months from now, you won't just have discipline. You'll be disciplined. It won't feel like a struggle anymore. It'll feel like second nature. So, are you ready to transform your mind and build unshakable self-control? Let's begin. Win your mornings. Win your mind. The way you start your morning sets the tone for your entire day. And the ancient Stoics knew this better than anyone. If you win the first hours, you win your mind. Imagine waking up calm, focused, and in control before the world even has a chance to distract you. That's the power of a Stoic morning routine. It's not about complicated rituals or waking up at 4 a.m. just to suffer. It's about small, intentional actions that train your mind to stay strong no matter what happens later. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal every morning, not because he had extra time, but because it grounded him before facing the chaos of ruling an empire. You don't need to be an emperor to use the same strategy, just someone who wants to take charge of their life. Start with stillness. Before checking your phone, before rushing into tasks, give yourself just 5 minutes of quiet. Breathe. Remember that today is a gift, but also a test. Will you let distractions control you, or will you act with purpose? Next, write down one thing you're grateful for. Gratitude isn't just feel-good advice. It's mental armor against negativity. Then, do one hard thing. Whether it's a cold shower, a workout, or tackling your most important task first. This isn't about punishment. It's about proving to yourself that discomfort won't break you. The Stoics called this voluntary hardship, and it's the fastest way to build mental toughness. By the time the rest of the world wakes up, you've already won. You've taken time to think, to prepare, to strengthen your mind before the day's challenges hit. That's the difference between reacting and responding, between feeling overwhelmed and staying unshakable. Your mornings don't belong to your boss, your emails, or social media. They belong to you. Win them, and you'll find everything else gets easier. The discipline you build in those early hours spills into the rest of your day, helping you stay calm under pressure, focused in chaos, and resilient when things go wrong. So tonight, before you sleep, ask yourself, how will I win tomorrow morning? Then wake up and make it happen. Delay pleasure. Train your will. What if the key to real strength wasn't about pushing harder, but about pausing longer? The Stoics knew something most people don't. True power comes from mastering your impulses, not indulging them. Every time you delay pleasure, you're not missing out. You're upgrading your mind. Think of it like mental weightlifting. The more you resist instant gratification, the stronger your willpower grows. Marcus Aurelius could have lived in luxury as emperor, but he chose simplicity. Seneca tested himself by practicing poverty despite his wealth. Why? Because they understood. The person who controls their desires is freer than the one who always says yes to them. Start small. Next time you crave something, a snack, a scroll through your phone, the urge to procrastinate, pause for just 5 minutes. In that space, ask yourself, is this serving me or controlling me? That moment of hesitation is where discipline is born. The Stoics didn't avoid pleasure. They mastered it by making it wait. They trained like athletes of the mind, knowing that the ability to delay reward is what separates the exceptional from the average. Your brain is wired to seek quick hits of dopamine, but every time you resist, you rewire it for long-term success. This isn't about punishment, it's about freedom, from addiction to distraction, from being ruled by moods and cravings. The more you practice delaying pleasure, the more you'll find joy in self-control itself. You'll discover that the anticipation of a reward often feels better than the reward itself. And when real challenges come, you won't crumble under pressure because you've already built the muscle of patience. So today, pick one urge and outlast it. Then tomorrow, do it again. Over time, you won't just have willpower, you'll become willpower. And that's when you'll realize the greatest pleasure isn't in getting what you want, it's in mastering what you want. Show up even when you don't feel like it. The most important lesson from Stoicism isn't about thinking, it's about doing, especially when every part of you wants to quit. Real strength isn't shown on days when you're motivated, it's proven on days when you're not. The Stoics didn't wait for inspiration to strike. They acted regardless of how they felt. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire while battling chronic pain. Epictetus, born a slave, taught philosophy despite suffering abuse. They understood feelings are temporary, but discipline is permanent. Your mind will always come up with excuses. I'm tired, I'll do it tomorrow. It's not the right time. But here's the truth. Waiting for perfect conditions means waiting forever. Success isn't about talent or luck. It's about showing up consistently, even at 30% effort. Because 30% today leads to 100% tomorrow. The writer who writes when uninspired produces masterpieces. The athlete who trains when exhausted wins championships. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary isn't ability. It's turning up on the days you'd rather hide. Start small. Commit to 5 minutes. Often, that's all it takes to break resistance. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. The Stoics called this the discipline of action, the practice of doing what matters, not what feels easy. Every time you show up unwillingly, you strengthen your integrity. You teach yourself that feelings don't dictate your life. Choices do. Over time, this builds unshakable self-trust. You'll stop asking, "Do I feel like it?" and start declaring, "It needs to be done." That's how ordinary people develop extraordinary willpower. So next time your mind rebels, remember, the path to greatness isn't paved with motivation. It's built brick by brick, day by day, by those who showed up, especially when they didn't want to. Your future self will thank you for every time you push through. Because in the end, the only regret is not starting sooner. Reflect every night. No excuses. The most powerful minutes of your day happen when everything else is done. Those quiet moments before sleep, when you review what went right, what went wrong, and how you can improve. The Stoics didn't just live their days, they examined them. Marcus Aurelius filled his journal with nightly reflections, not to beat himself up, but to grow wiser. Seneca asked himself 3 questions every evening. What bad habit did I curb today? How did I help others? What could I have done better? This wasn't optional, it was essential. Because without reflection, life happens to you. With it, you take control. Start tonight. Put your phone away 10 minutes earlier. Ask yourself, where did I act with courage today? Where did fear hold me back? Did my choices align with my values? Be honest but kind. This isn't about guilt, it's about progress. The goal isn't perfection, it's awareness. Most people repeat the same mistakes for years because they never pause to learn from them. But when you reflect daily, something changes. You catch small errors before they become big regrets. You notice patterns. Maybe you're too reactive when stressed, or too quick to quit when things get hard. That awareness alone makes you stronger. This practice takes just 5 minutes, but pays off for life. Some nights you'll see growth. Other nights you'll see room to improve. Both are valuable. The key is consistency. No skipping, no excuses. Even on exhausting days, especially on exhausting days, because those are the days that test your character. Over time, these nightly check-ins become your secret weapon. You'll start making better decisions naturally, because yesterday's lessons are fresh in your mind. And when you look back months from now, you won't see the same person. You'll see someone wiser, calmer, and more in control. That's the power of Stoic reflection. Your future self is waiting. Will you show up for them tonight? Control what you consume. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant in it will grow. The Stoics knew this 2,000 years ago, long before social media and 24-hour news. They carefully chose what information, food, and influences they allowed into their lives because they understood. You become what you consume. Today, we're drowning in content but starving for wisdom. Every click, scroll, and bite is either building you up or breaking you down. Marcus Aurelius warned about the infinity of unimportant things that distract us from what truly matters. He didn't have Netflix or TikTok, but he knew the danger of mental junk food. Start by auditing your inputs. What news makes you anxious? What social media leaves you feeling empty? What conversations drain your energy? The Stoic approach isn't about deprivation, it's about conscious choice. Keep what serves your growth, remove what doesn't. Try this for 1 week. No news first thing in the morning. No mindless scrolling before bed. Notice how your mind feels lighter, clearer. Your attention is your most valuable resource. Guard it like a precious treasure. Apply the same care to what you eat and drink. The Stoics practiced moderation not because they were strict, but because they wanted to be free from cravings and sluggishness. They knew a foggy body means a foggy mind. You don't need extreme diets. Just ask before every meal, will this help me think clearly and act with energy? This isn't about living in a bubble. It's about curating your mental environment with the same care you'd give a newborn's nursery. When you control what you consume, you control how you think. And when you control how you think, you control your life. The choice is yours. Feed your distractions or feed your potential. The Stoics chose wisely. Will you? Speak less. Execute more. The loudest people in the room are rarely the most powerful. The Stoics understood that true strength lies in action, not words. Marcus Aurelius ruled the Roman Empire while writing in his private journal, not giving grand speeches. Epictetus, the slave-turned philosopher, taught through quiet example rather than empty promises. They knew a fundamental truth. Talking about your plans drains the energy needed to accomplish them. Every time you announce your goals, you trick your brain into feeling like you've already achieved them. The motivation leaks out in words instead of fueling action. Start practicing silence where it matters most. Notice how often you explain yourself, defend your choices, or share unfinished plans. These are all energy leaks. The Stoic approach is simple. Do first, speak later, if at all. Let your results make the noise. This isn't about being secretive. It's about protecting your focus. When you stop talking about the work, you start doing the real work. Your actions will speak so clearly that words become unnecessary. This discipline extends to complaints too. The Stoics measured their words carefully because they knew complaining changes nothing but weakens the complainer. Every moment spent explaining why something is hard is a moment not spent making it easier. Try this challenge. For 1 week, cut your words in half and double your output. Notice how much more you accomplish when you're not constantly describing what you're going to do. The modern world rewards visibility, but ancient wisdom rewards substance. Social media wants you to perform your life. Stoicism teaches you to live it. The choice is yours. Be known for what you say or respected for what you've done. The Stoics chose the quiet path of execution. Their legacy wasn't built on boasts, but on books actually written, challenges actually overcome, and wisdom actually lived. Your turn. Will your life be measured by your words or your works? The most powerful statement is a finished project. The most convincing argument is a transformed life.